Hey, World Entertainment and John Boyega. Yeah, we all know that just only last week he jumped out there and started saying Star Wars so white and the fans were racist and blah 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 in that documentary on Apple TV about black history being in film. And when you see what all the other actors said about how important it was and how great it is nowadays for black actors and stuff, John Boyega didn't get the memo. But he now is talking about wanting to be in X-Men. That's right, he wants to play Bishop in the X-Men. Because as this article even points out when we started off, saying apparently X-Men ain't too white. Because, yeah, he seems to be now desperate. And this is why we said, I guarantee you this is why he said all this crap in that documentary. Because he knew it was going to get seen and picked up, and that will be, ooh, John Boyega did what we always need them to do. Now we can hire him again. Because it's all Disney crap. Do we want them in X-Men? No, to be honest with you. No, because what's he going to do? Is he going to start just bitching about being a part of it and not being up front? Because as popular of a character as Bishop is, I don't see him being put front and center anytime soon. But let's have a look at this article anyway that talks about it and where this came from. So, the X-Men apparently aren't too white for John Boyega, as the actor known for the Disney Star Wars movies says he wants to suit up in the MCU as a member of the X-Men with Bishop. At C2E2, John Boyega was asked by a fan who he would want to play in the MCU. Boyega revealed that head of Marvel, Kevin Feige, actually asked him that very same question. Boyega first replied that he didn't know who he should play. A fan then shouted out, Bishop! Boyega replied, oh, I'd play Bishop. Omar Sy played Bishop on the big screen in X-Men Days of Futures Past. The character is also popular in the original X-Men animated series. Years ago, Boyega confirmed that he had talks with Marvel, but that was back in 2018. In an interview from 2022, Boyega shot down the Marvel rumors, stating, that's not in the vision for me now. I want to do nuanced things. I want to donate my services to original indie films that come with new, fresh ideas, because I know it's real hard to top Iron Man in that universe. Regarding things being too white, the actor recently made controversial comments about Star Wars being too white. And then we know exactly what he said about that and all that crap. So it's interesting to hear everything that this is saying. That he is saying he wants to play Bishop, that he would play Bishop in the MCU. He's saying he has already had talks with Kevin Feige. But then we're also hearing that apparently he said he had those talks with Marvel back in 2018. But then in 2022, he said, no, we didn't. So what way are we supposed to look at it? Is it the case of you did have talks with Marvel? You didn't have talks with Marvel? You're now having talks with Marvel? Either way, it's clear he is desperate for work. That is absolutely abundantly clear. We could tell that from that clip from that documentary where he was like, oh, they're happy with us being the sidekick and stuff, but as once we touch the heroes or we break glass in, they, oh no, now you're going too far, you're pandering. We could tell, oh yeah, he's hard up for some cash. Him saying in that 2022 interview, I want to do indie movies, I want to do fresh ideas and all this stuff, and what happened? You've been in nothing really since the Rise of Skywalker. Since then, he's been in 4 things. 4. And only one of them was actually realised that he was in, which was The Woman King. Other than that, you've never heard of the other crap he was in that I don't even think came out in cinemas. Don't know. Never heard of them. So, it's very obvious. I want to get back into the big stuff. I want that big money. And the irony is, nobody's really going to want him in there now. Especially when he came out and attacked Star Wars fans. Because what he's failing to realise is a lot of those audiences between Star Wars and Marvel and DC and Star Trek and X-Files and Stargate and all this stuff, Doctor Who, yeah, they're the same audience for the most part. They are actually the same. We all have that crossover. We've all enjoyed all of these things. We're not like these, oh, I only watch Star Trek, down with Star Wars. No, the majority of us, yes, there are people like that, but the majority of us, and the ones who really went out and made these franchises the biggest franchises in the world, we're the people who went, I love my Star Wars and I love Star Trek at the same time. I love DC, but I love Marvel at the same time. And he's out there shitting all over them, not realizing that, hey, the audience you've just shot all over with Star Wars is probably the same audience that goes to watch X-Men. So what's he gonna do? Would he get cast in it? Get stuck to be another side character? Yeah, John, you're in here, but you're not going to be a big time part of it. You're kind of going to be the background player. All of a sudden, are we going to have him coming out and going, X-Men fans are racist? Because that's all these people can do nowadays. Anytime it doesn't go their way and stuff, all of a sudden, all of us get called names. We're racist. We're bigots, we're sexist, you're this, you're that. Oh, you never accepted a black man in this role. Yes, we did. Oh, you never accepted a woman in that role. Yes, we did. You never accept. Yes, we did. It's just yous that just want to use your identity now to be put front and center. No, that's not how it works, unfortunately. And it shouldn't work like that because it shouldn't matter. And that's the thing. Everyone jumps in and goes, oh, yous are all just racist and you're this and you're that. And it's like, but you're the ones talking about it. We just want good entertainment. But if certain characters look certain ways, then leave them that way. That's why they're popular. It's not because, oh, this actor played. No, it's because the characters are popular. There's reasons people like these characters in these books and these other movies and whatnot. When you go and change it and screw around with it, even backstories, never mind their race or the genders, even just the backstories, as soon as you change that, people get upset because it's like, but it's the backstory we like. That's why this person became this person, and you've changed that fundamentally. Either way, you know if he doesn't land a role in the MCU, and if he does and it doesn't go quite the way he wants it to go, I would expect it to go, he's just going to be out there again, crying foul, crying racism and everything else, and probably throw Disney under the bus again, but then want to work with them again and reverse his comments, and all of a sudden the fans will be the problem again. Right away, don't put him in the MCU. Really don't. What's the point? And at this stage, John, have you looked at the MCU? You probably don't want to be a part of the MCU. You know what? Give him Cyborg in DC. Mate, I'm sure he won't have an issue with saying booyah like bloody, what's his name, Fisher, because that was ridiculous. Anyway, there you go. John Boyega wants to be Bishop in the MCU. So, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.